Nestled in the heart of Providence, Rhode Island,
We like to make a variety of different types of cheeses.
is Narragansett Creamery, a hidden gem making some really good cheese. This family-run business began in 2007 after Mark Federico Sr. made the decision to quit his accounting job and get back to his family roots.
My grandparents owned one of the first supermarkets in New Haven, Connecticut. I grew up on the western side of New Haven and worked with my mom and dad at a produce store. I had the food industry in my blood.
Federico and his son, Mark Federico Jr., or as they're known at the creamery, Big Cheese and Little Cheese, run the day-to-day operations.
I do a lot of the manufacturing and development of products, and I also do a lot of the food safety.
I work with a lot of the customers, the operations.
The over 20,000 square foot creamery was a former milk bottling facility. Now within these walls, 20 different types of cheese and dairy products are being made. But it all starts with the milk.
Pasteurizer over there is pasteurizing the milk that came in yesterday.
Locally sourced from dairies throughout New England.
We get milk, fresh milk every day, and that milk is turned into cheese the following morning. So it's really been out of the cow for less than 24 hours.
But how does this milk turn into cheese?
We added our cultures and enzymes, and then we added our coagulant, and now we turned a liquid milk into a solid. This is like a vat of milk jello.
I got to put my skills to the test during one of the first steps of the cheese making process. Okay, so in the middle.
In the middle, all the way to the side.
All the way to the side.
Up.
Feel it, up.
And go again.
And I move as I do it?
Yep.
Some of these curds are shipped off to retailers, including Eataly, but most are turned into a variety of the Narragansett Creamery branded cheeses, from mozzarella stretched and molded into various shapes and sizes.
It's a fresh mozzarella called Ciliegini. Ciliegini in Italian means cherry.
Cherry.
So it's cherry-sized mozzarella.
To feta, which is made using a different method.
It's award-winning feta. Okay, we just made it a couple of hours ago. It's going to drain.
Speaking of awards, Narragansett Creamery holds quite a few.
There's a wall of ribbons behind you. You guys are a powerhouse.
We had just launched Narragansett Creamery, and we won a gold medal at the Wisconsin Cheesemakers Association World Contest for our ricotta cheese.
And when it comes to award-winning cheese, I guess there's just one thing left to do.
It's a great combination.
The feta is delicious, like crumbly, a little salty. So good.
Feta cheese doesn't exclusively come from cows, though.
We're in Topsfield, Massachusetts, and this is a farmstead goat cheese farm where we raise the goats and make goat cheese.
We milk 43 Anglo-Nubian goats.
Peter and Elizabeth Mulholland own and operate Valley View Farm, a family-run farmstead business where the name of the game is goat cheese.
We got 2 baby goats on an impulse in 1994. It just evolved organically.
The family milks the goats, who are all named. By the way, that's Matilda and Gypsy Rose. This dedicated care giving the Mulhollands 30 to 40 gallons daily.
So we're processing into cheese every 2 to 4 days, depending on the style of cheese that we want to make. Top stir it a little bit.
Today, Camembert is on the schedule, and much like at Narragansett Creamery, after the Mulhollands add the ingredients, the milk coagulates.
Once I'm finished this direction, I'll turn around and cut it at this angle.
Along with the help of their son Andrew, they then scoop the curds into molds.
We produce in any given year between 8,000 and 10,000 pounds of cheese per year. So we're, from cheese production standpoint, we're one of the smallest.
Alongside Camembert, Valley View is also crafting 3 more cheese varieties, spanning from a velvety chèvre to a crumbly feta to a uniquely treated tome-style cheese.
This is an underground cheese cave that we put in 2013. 13. Every cheesemaker wants a cheese cave. Took our time deciding how to design it.
The Tome cheese is aged in a cave anywhere from 1 to 3 years.
Those are ash boards that were harvested locally and cut locally.
The Mulhollans say most of their cheese is sold to customers who are within a 15-mile radius of Topsfield, and those sales have only grown since they opened their pandemic pantry, aka farm stand.
We opened in the spring of 2020 when the shutdown happened because of COVID-19. People wanted to come and buy cheese locally, and they could do something safely but still feel like they were making a connection into their community.
The farm standing as proof of the harmonious bond among land, animals, and people.
It's been an incredible almost 30 years, and I hope we're still doing it another 20 years from now.